Welcome to Eternal_Sovereign, your fresh haven where ageless wisdom meets modern insights. We're elated to see visionaries, dreamers, and seekers joining us. Here we explore knowledge, creativity, spiritual growth, all designed to inspire and resonate with your journey. As we start this voyage, a blessing. May wisdom guide, discovery thrill, unity strengthen us. We wish each viewer peace, growth. May this channel serve as a beacon of hope and inspiration source. Together we probe the endless possibilities. Amen. Subscribe to join this enlightening journey. Welcome to Eternal_Sovereign. Welcome, dear subscribers and viewers, to another insightful journey into the depths of life's wisdom. Today we dive into a topic as old as humanity itself: honesty. Honesty, a virtue universally valued, yet so often misunderstood. It's not about bluntly voicing every thought that crosses our minds, but rather about staying true to ourselves and our values. It's about acting with integrity, even when nobody is watching. It's about being genuine, authentic, and real, in a world that often encourages us to put on a facade. You see, being honest might not win you a crowd of friends, but it ensures the right ones stick around. It acts as a filter, separating the wheat from the chaff, the genuine from the superficial. It attracts those who appreciate and value the real you, not the version you pretend to be. Change, an unavoidable part of life. It is the only constant that we can rely on. It's a natural phenomenon, as real as the air we breathe, as inevitable as the Earth's rotation. And one of the most profound changes that we all experience is the evolution of relationships. Over time, people change, grow, evolve. The person you knew yesterday might not be the same person today. Even the closest of friends can become strangers. This doesn't mean that they've become less significant or that the bond you shared was unimportant. It merely reflects the dynamic nature of life and human growth. It's like a river that never stops flowing. The water you touch now is not the same as the water you touched a moment ago. That's how relationships are. They're fluid, always moving, always transforming. However, the changing nature of relationships doesn't mean we should fear them. On the contrary, it's an invitation to deepen our understanding of ourselves and others. It's a call to appreciate the impermanence of things and to cherish the moments we share with those around us. It's also a reminder that happiness should not be sought in others. While relationships can bring joy, they should not be the sole source of our happiness. Depending on others for joy leaves us vulnerable and ties our well-being to their actions and emotions. Instead, we should find happiness within ourselves. It's about cultivating a sense of contentment and peace that is rooted in our own being, independent of external circumstances or people. This kind of happiness is resilient, enduring, and empowering. It allows us to navigate the ups and downs of life with grace and courage. So as the people around us change, as friends become strangers, let's remember to cultivate our own happiness. Let's ground our joy in our own being. Let's remember that change is the only constant, and within that constant, we can find a unique stability. Embrace happiness on your own. Depending on others for joy is a weakness. In a world filled with constant noise and distractions, the value of solitude is often overlooked. It's not about loneliness, but about embracing the quiet, the calm, the stillness. It's about being comfortable with our own company and not needing the constant hum of others to validate our existence. Solitude is not a state to be feared, but to be cherished. It's a chance to listen to your own thoughts, to understand your desires, and to appreciate your own company. It's a chance to reconnect with yourself, to rediscover who you are, and to rekindle the relationship you have with your inner being. It's a space where you can be truly honest with yourself, without the fear of judgment or criticism. But there's a difference between enjoying solitude and being in poor company. It's far better to be alone than to be with those who drain your energy, who demand more than they give, who take without thought of returning. Often those who demand the most from us are the ones who give the least. They take our time, our energy, our resources, and give little in return. Appearances can be deceiving. People might seem bright until they talk. We've all met those people who, upon first glance, seem like they have it all together. They have the looks, the style, the eloquence, but once they open their mouths, the illusion shatters. Their brightness dims, and we realize that the shine was merely surface level. This brings us to an important point. We should not make lasting choices based on fleeting feelings. Feelings come and go, ebb and flow like the tide. They are not a reliable compass for decision-making. Yes, they can provide insight, but they should never be the sole determinant of our choices. because feelings are susceptible to the deception of appearances. And here's another thing. People often speak from their perspective, which might not apply to you. Each of us has a unique lens through which we view the world, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and values. What works for one person might not necessarily work for another. So when someone offers advice, remember, they're speaking from their viewpoint. It's crucial to discern whether their perspective aligns with yours before taking their words to heart. In this world of constant change and uncertainty, it's easy to get swept up in appearances, to make decisions based on feelings, to take advice without critical thinking. But we must resist. We must think before we speak, and act in a way that doesn't lead to lies. This doesn't mean we can't make mistakes, we all do. But it emphasizes the importance of honesty, of authenticity, of being true to ourselves and others. Remember, an illusion only lasts as long as we allow it to. Don't let the deceptive brightness of appearances mislead you. Look beyond the surface, question, analyze, and make informed decisions. After all, a diamond is still a diamond in the dark, and a stone, no matter how brightly it shines in the light, remains a stone. Think before you speak, and act in a way that doesn't lead to lies. Because in the end, our actions speak louder than our words, and our integrity is worth more than any illusion. Self-care is the cornerstone of a healthy and fulfilling life. It is the foundation upon which we build our existence, our relationships, and our sense of self. But what does self-care truly mean? It's more than just the occasional spa day or indulging in your favorite meal. It's a commitment to your own well-being, and often it means recognizing that you are your own biggest obstacle. Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes we are the architects of our own roadblocks. We let fear hold us back. We dwell on past mistakes. We neglect our physical and mental health. We create mountains out of molehills, invent hypothetical problems that may never come to pass. When we fall into these patterns, we become our own worst enemy, blocking the path to our own happiness and success. But acknowledging that you are your own biggest obstacle is the first step towards overcoming it. It's a realization that empowers you to take control of your life, to make choices that benefit you in the long run, and to prioritize your own needs, desires, and dreams. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about wisdom. Wisdom isn't always about having a degree or a high IQ. Sometimes the most valuable wisdom comes from the most unexpected sources. For instance, your parents may not hold degrees, but their life advice can be invaluable. They've lived and learned, faced hardships and triumphs, and their insights can be a guiding light on your journey. They can teach you about resilience, about the importance of hard work, about the value of kindness. They can remind you to laugh in the face of adversity, to stand up for what you believe in, to love without conditions. And most importantly, they can show you the significance of self-care, of treating yourself with the same compassion and respect you extend to others. In conclusion, self-care is a powerful tool in our arsenal. It's a mechanism that allows us to be our best selves, to navigate the world with confidence and grace. But it begins with acknowledging that we are our own biggest obstacle. Once we conquer that, the world is our oyster, and self-care becomes not just an act, but a way of life. In a world of comparison and competition, being yourself is the greatest act of rebellion. We live in a time where everyone's highlights are on display, easily accessible with just a few taps on a screen. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing our behind the scenes with everyone else's showreel. But remember, each person's journey is unique. Each individual's experiences, triumphs, and struggles are their own. Comparing yourself to others doesn't just rob you of joy, but also blinds you to your own worth. You are not defined by others' achievements or successes. You are defined by your character, by your actions, and by the love and kindness you put out into the world. Missing someone is a natural part of life. It's a testament to the impact they had on your life and the memories you shared. But missing someone doesn't necessarily mean they should return to your life. Sometimes people are meant to be a part of your story, not your entire book. It's okay to miss them, appreciate the lessons they taught you, and then move on. Part of being true to yourself is understanding that not all relationships are meant to last forever. Some people come into our lives as blessings, others as lessons. It's important to recognize the difference and to know when it's time to let go. In the realm of relationships, it's crucial to remember that initial attraction might be physical, but lasting relationships are built on shared values. It's easy to be drawn to someone's physical appearance, but it's the shared values, mutual respect, and aligned goals that create a strong, enduring bond between two people. So, embrace your individuality. Be unapologetically you. You are not a second-rate version of someone else. You are a first-rate version of yourself. And that's something to be proud of. Initial attraction might be physical, but lasting relationships are built on shared values. Remember, in the grand scheme of life, being true to yourself is the most important thing you can do. Letting go, though hard, is often necessary for growth. This single line encapsulates a truth that many of us grapple with daily. We hold on to things, past grievances, failed relationships, missed opportunities. But what if letting go is the key to unlocking our true potential? Imagine holding on to a hot coal, hoping to throw it at someone else. Instead, you're the one who gets burned. Holding on to past hurts and resentments is much like that. It's you who suffers, not the person you're angry with. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what happened. It means releasing the hold that those experiences have over you, freeing yourself to move forward. It's about acknowledging the past, learning from it, and then stepping into the future unburdened. We are born with 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. This simple but profound statement encapsulates a fundamental truth about human interaction. It suggests that we should listen twice as much as we speak. But why is that so vital? Listening, truly listening, is an act of respect, an acknowledgement of the other person's worth. It is a way of saying, I value your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. It's about creating a space where others feel heard and understood. It's about building bridges of connection, fostering empathy, and promoting effective communication. Let's take a moment to reflect on the power of listening. Picture a world where everyone took the time to truly listen to each other. Imagine the misunderstandings that could be avoided, the conflicts that could be resolved, the bonds that could be strengthened. It's a compelling vision, isn't it? Now let's consider the other side of this coin, speaking. Speaking is how we express our thoughts, share our experiences, and make our voices heard. It's also how we make promises. Promises are powerful. They are commitments, assurances, bonds of trust. They might seem small and insignificant, but to the person receiving them, they might mean the world. When we make a promise, we are essentially saying, you can count on me. We are giving our word, pledging our honor, and putting our credibility on the line. Keeping our promises, therefore, is not just about being reliable or trustworthy. It's about demonstrating respect for the person to whom the promise was made. It's about validating their trust, honoring their expectations, and reinforcing the bonds of our relationship. So as we navigate through the intricate dance of human interaction, let's remember to use our ears and mouth proportionately. Let's listen more, speak less, and when we do speak, let's make sure we keep our promises. For in doing so, we not only enrich our relationships, but also foster a culture of respect and trust. Promises should be kept. They might mean the world to someone else. Action clarifies more than contemplation. You can't think your way to a new life, but must act your way into one. This is the mantra for this scene, and it's a call to the importance of taking action over merely mulling things over. So often, we find ourselves stuck in a loop of contemplation, trying to think our way out of a situation or into a new life. But the truth is, life moves forward through action, not thought. It's not enough to dream about a better life. You have to actively take steps to create it. This is not to undervalue the power of thought. Our thoughts guide our actions, and our actions, in turn, shape our lives. But there comes a point where thinking must give way to doing. It's in the doing that we find clarity, for action brings with it experience, and experience is the greatest teacher of all. Life can transform in an instant. One decision, one action can set off a chain of events that completely alters the course of your life. This is both an exhilarating and terrifying truth. It underscores the importance of making every moment count, of valuing each instant we have, for we never know which moment might be the one that changes everything. And while we're on the subject of valuing what we have, let's talk about experiences versus possessions. In our materialistic society, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of the tangible. We often measure success in terms of what we have rather than what we've done or who we've become. But possessions are fleeting. They can be lost, stolen, or destroyed. Experiences, on the other hand, become a part of us. They shape our character, our worldview, and our understanding of life. So, seek experiences over possessions. Take that trip you've been dreaming about. Learn a new skill. Meet new people. These are the things that truly enrich our lives. Remember, your actions today shape your future. You hold the power to create the life you want. But that power is only as effective as your willingness to act. So use your time wisely, take action, live deliberately, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined possible. Seek experiences over possessions. Your actions today shape your future. Use your time wisely. As we draw to a close, remember, you are your own master. Your destiny lies in your hands. We've taken a journey today through the landscapes of honesty, change, solitude, appearances, self-care, individuality, letting go, listening, and action. Each of these territories has its own wisdom to impart, its own lessons to teach. In the realm of honesty, we've learned that truth may not always be the popular choice, but it is the compass that guides us to the right people. Those who stick around are the ones who value you for who you are, not for the mask you wear. We've walked through the sands of change, understanding that it is the only constant in life. Embrace it, for it shapes us, molds us, and propels us forward. In the solitude, we found that our own company is often the best company. It's a haven where we can recharge, reflect, and reconnect with our inner selves.